Good morning everyone, welcome to Pantech Solutions, and I warmly welcome you for this session Internet of Things using NodeMCU, which was organized by Pantech Solutions and Shiv Kumar Singh Institute of Technology and Science, Indore. Hello everyone, hello, good morning all, good morning every professors and every students and every hobbyist, everyone. Warmly welcome you for this session guys, before going on to the session I want to make sure whether I'm audible or not. Just ping it in live chat. Is it audible guys? Just tell me yes or no so that we'll proceed. So I'm waiting for your reply guys. Just please ping yes or no. Is it audible guys? Is it audible? I'm waiting for reply guys. Please ping yes or no. Is it audible? Good morning all. Good morning everyone. Thank you Gauri Shankar sir. Yeah, is it audible? Yeah, before going on to the session, there is a little announcement which will be the attendance link. It will be given in the description or in a live chat after 11:10 a.m. So don't be on concentrate on attendance forms. So it will be available even after the session is completed. So please be attentive on this session guys. So we'll move on to the session. Thank you. Good morning all. Good morning. Yeah, we'll move on to the session guys. So first of all, we'll discuss about SKSITS. So it's about it was established in 2007 by Chanda Sisodia, and their vision to provide the best possible education experience through the excellence in teaching and research activities, and departments such as computer science, civil, electronics and communication, electrical and electronics, fire technology, information technology, mechanical, MBA, as well as diploma courses are available in SKSITS. So if we discuss about Pantech, it was established on 2004 and it almost has 7 branches, and we are almost having 100 plus team, and we have conducted 1500 plus workshops and 250 plus faculty development programs and 100 plus seminars all over the India, and our vision to gain global leadership and providing technological solutions through sustained innovation. And we are having research and development center in Chennai, and we are the manufacturer of lab equipment such as EC as well as electrical as well as mechanical department, lab equipment such as microcontroller development boards and microprocessor trainer kits and artificial intelligence beginners kit, as well as FPGA boards and ARM as well as PIC development boards. And we are the manufacturer of the several kind of sensors and modules, interfacing modules, and we are also providing industry-based solutions for every project. We are online retail store for engineering product as well as every kind of projects. So, and also we are having every technology such as electrical, electronics, mechanical, robotics, software development or software solutions such as augmented reality, virtual reality, or iOS and Android development, as well as we are providing artificial intelligence based solution for machine learning, deep learning, as well as natural language processing for chatbots. So this is up to Pantech. So we'll move on to the agenda guys. So these are the agenda. So first we'll have future of the internet. In the future of the internet, we'll discuss about what gonna be the future of internet and its overview and its future of internet. And second, we'll discuss about the Internet of Things and what is meant by Internet of Things and what is its revolution. And third, we'll discuss about the cloud and its services, since the cloud has been playing major role in every department. So we have to discuss about cloud and its services. And finally, we'll have applications of IoT, what are the kind of future as well as present applications in the IoT field. And then we'll discuss about NodeMCU and the pinout on the specification of NodeMCU, since we're going to see the demo on NodeMCU based IoT application. So on the live demo on NodeMCU, apart from this two mentioned here, I'll show another also. Like first initially we'll show web server to control home appliances from your web server, like how to create a web server using NodeMCU, and cloud based monitoring system. And third we'll have application, any Android application based control for home appliances or any robots to control from your mobile phone. So those kind of IoT based application, today we are going to see the demo. Okay, so live will be appeared in the final stage of the demo, since we should understand what is the basic of every every applications or every concepts. So first we'll have a future of internet. So we all know before we haven't used internet lot times, right? So after Geo came, it made a lot of impact in us to use the internet more than before, right? So before we will recharge it for 40 or 50 rupees for 400 megabytes. So 400 MB is more than enough for 1 month. We'll manage to use that only. But now this Geo's impact even 1 GB is not enough for per day, right? We are using a 4 GB per day or 2 GB per day. So that is the impact of Geo which is entered in, right? So that when compared to before Geo and after Geo, there are a lot of internet user have been increased due to the Geos, right? So this is predicted at it's up to 30 billion connected devices now. So on the 2025 it may be 75 billion connected devices. So for example, in the overall population of this world, so the internet usage have become 60% of population are using the internet. Only 40% are remaining. Okay, why? What is the reason? Some of the user can't access the internet due to their environment. So there will be no tower systems. So there will be internet network connections. So that's the reason some of the people are not using it. So other than that, everyone is using. So on the future, I first discuss about this 2025. Okay, so everyone knows about Elon Musk, right? So Elon Musk is also having some of the idea to provide the internet all over the world. So for example, now how we are getting internet? So we are getting the internet from various network providers such as Airtel, Jio or Vodafone Idea. So from their network we are getting internet, right? So instead of using towers, Elon Musk is having idea to place lot of satellites around the globe. So globe is there. So around the globe they're gonna place thousands and lakhs of satellites around the globe. So they can able to provide the internet all over the globe in a single connection. So there won't be the network problems. So this every complete globe will be connected in a single network instead of connecting with a different network. Okay. So so that's the thing. So that is also one kind of future of internet technology, to provide internet all over the globe by placing number of satellites around the globe. So that is the first thing. And second thing, smart system. So what gonna be the smart system? There gonna be the smart city and smart devices and smart cars and smart home. So these application I will discuss within application part detailedly. Okay, how the smart city gonna be. Okay, so that is the future of the internet. So every city is gonna be the smart by connected with the internet. So everything gonna be very helpful as well as very interactive with the internet. So it is gonna be the very easy and user friendly, and it reduces the manpower. Okay. And third, it is little or more weird, right? So that is nothing but a cyber criminal attack. So there are so now you know this India's current scenario, right? So a lot of people entering in India, right? So for example, so before if you take in the Manmohan Singh period, so in the Manmohan Singh period, there are no other company is entering in, so they didn't allow it, right? But due to this corona, so every company is in the laws, right? A lot of economic issues are there. So now they allowed Facebook to enter in. So already Facebook and WhatsApp, that is Mark Zuckerberg, they are investing 10%. They are taking 10% shares of Geo. So that's why Facebook and WhatsApp is entering in the India by connecting with the Geo network. So what they can do, they can access every database. They can access every user's database by using the Facebook and WhatsApp with the Geo. Okay. So by allowing the Facebook, what now happened was lot of people are entering, lot of companies gonna enter. First, already Facebook and WhatsApp, we allowed Facebook, right? We allowed Facebook to enter or to merge with the Geo network. So what other company is trying to do is, then Google is going to enter. Google is going to enter with having connection between Vodafone and Idea, and also Amazon gonna enter. Amazon gonna enter by having binding with Airtel. So what the future gonna happen is Facebook, Google, and Amazon gonna enter India by having shared with the network providing companies such as Airtel, Jio, as well as Vodafone Idea. So what gonna happen is every device are gonna be in the control with the every network providers. So what gonna happen is every database gonna be hijacked. That is the real fact gonna happen, because every device is gonna connect with every internet, and then that Geo or Facebook or Google, or they gonna hijack every database. So there will be definitely there will be no privacy in the future of the internet. So even though there are a lot of advantage over it, there is also a disadvantage in it. Right, cyber criminal attack. Now China is also doing a cyber criminal attack towards the internet on some kind of secured websites. They are doing a criminal attack. So those kind of lot of troubles we gonna face in the future. So that can't be avoided. So due to this kind of lot of risk in it, but we can't avoid this internet. So we will start it. So there will be no end. We have to continue it anyway. Okay. So that is the future of internet. There are both positive as well as negative side of this internet phase. Okay. So and then first we'll discuss about the Internet of Things. So this term Internet of Things was first used by Kevin Ashton in 1999. So this Internet of Things is nothing but, so internet which is already there. So like to connect with the network, to connecting every devices or every objects, right? So this things resembles that. Those things resembles that it's nothing but a device or vehicles or buildings or any electronics or any software kind of applications. Okay. So for example, if you take Google Home or Amazon Alexa, so this is nothing but a kind of device. Okay. So this is a kind of device which will be used for interaction with the human in a voice based assistance. Okay. So if you take Google Home or Alexa, if you are asking some questions, so what is the weather now? Who is the president of India? Who is the prime minister of India? So like that of questions, if you ask to that Google Home or Alexa device, so it is already connected with the internet. So based on your question, it will analyze the internet and it will find the suitable right answer, and it will reply back via speaker. So this is the foggy condition in the weather now. So it may rain at the for upcoming weather, or tomorrow there may be a possibility of raining with 80% of possibilities. So like that, it will give you the suggestion by connecting with the internet. Okay, so those kind of connection between the internet or application with the internet, so those term is known as the Internet of Things. So internet will have a connection between any devices or vehicles or buildings or other items embedded with electronics or software, sensors and network connectivity. Okay, so those objects will exchange the data between the internet. Okay, those kind of applications are known as the Internet of Things. Okay, so I hope you all understand. If not, you just ping it in live chat. Okay, and then revolution of IoT. So why we are going to Internet of Things application? Why? What the reason behind it? Anytime. So anytime we can access the internet, as well as anywhere. While in the traveling itself, we can able to access the internet, and any business as well as any person. Nowadays each and every normal common people who is not educated also is using internet, since it is very easy to use, and any person can use it, and any network. So in network can be varied, but any network they can use. So these kind of benefits are making us to use Internet of Things based application. Okay, so if you see this block diagram, so this is the revolution. So if you see, that is the 1969 to 1995, they have recognized as Internet of Things. On the time, what we did, so on the 1990s period, what we did, we didn't see any mobile phones. On the 20s only, we have seen small mobile phones such as Nokia 110. So that is a very awesome product. So we can make a call. So it will be very interactive. But if you see 1969 itself, they have recognized, or they are resembled as Internet of Waffles, and as years pass by, they have been evolved as Internet of Geeks and Internet of Masses and mobile internet, and finally at the 2012 it is recognized as Internet of Things. Okay, so if you see this generation beyond, so in the 1990s itself, they have recognized what is internet, and internet they are also made as a Internet of Waffles, that is like future prediction or future enhancement technology. Okay, So and then cloud and its services. So we have heard about lot of cloud based services. So for example, someone may say put it in the cloud, save it in the cloud. So that is nothing but a storage kind of cloud. So cloud storage such as Google Drive or OneDrive or Dropbox. So a lot of cloud storage will be available. So we can store the data instead of saving it in the local drive. So there will be some kind of protection in it. So we may accidentally delete it. So to avoid it, we'll save it in the cloud. Okay. So that is one kind of cloud storage. And then cloud monitoring, cloud based monitoring services. So this is the thing which we gonna see in our demo. So to know the monitoring area. So we are having lot of projects like smart irrigation system or agriculture system. Smart irrigation system, if you take, we have to monitor every sensor values. Either is it in a moisture state, either that soil is good enough, or either that soil is completely wet or is completely filled with water. To identify it, we will put up some sensors. But we can't monitor by manually. By going there, we have to note down every values manually. So instead of that, what we can do is by using a cloud based, some kind of cloud based services, we can able to upload some kind of data to the cloud. So on the cloud itself, it will have those kind of values or data. Okay, so those kind of values or data will be stored in the cloud. So whenever it is required, I can open that cloud based application. I can visualize it like these are the sensor values. So this is the morning, this is the temperature on the 9 a.m. and this is the temperature of 10 p.m. So we have to pass the water at 10 p.m. So since it is more temperature, so by using that monitoring based cloud services, we can do that. And third one is data provider. So there are a lot of data provided cloud services. The first main, the biggest cloud which is already there is AWS. AWS is nothing but Amazon Web Service, which was the provider of Amazon industry. Okay. So that company, that AWS is very biggest cloud ever. Since it is already having every kind of IoT and cloud-based applications such as well as artificial intelligence based applications such as recognition for object recognition or gender detection or age detection using deep learning or landmark detection or emotion recognition. Lot of artificial intelligence based applications have been deployed in the cloud, which is in the Amazon Web Service. So other than that, they may have a lot of IoT as well as storage based services. Storage in the sense they have called as baskets. So instead of processing image from the local drive, they will put every images or every data in the basket. So from the basket we'll access the images or data to do some kind of artificial intelligence based application. So those kind of cloud based services that AWS is very familiar. So you can also use, guys, that is also suggestible, since they'll cost you only 2 rupees for initial subscription. So there are some limitations to use it. If you are using more beyond it, you have to pay. So you can try it, guys. It will be very helpful to use AWS. Okay, and then we'll move on to the applications of IoT. First one is safety and security. So for safety and security, we'll have IoT based door lock system, IoT based car unlock system, IoT based any authentication system. So while entering the car or while going near to the car, we can put the passwords in our mobile phone to unlock the car. So or unlocking the door. So if some pedestrians are trying to open your door, we'll put up the camera there, so it will capture the image and it will send you a mail like someone is trying to break your door. So please be alert. So like that, it will give authentication or giving alert system. So if you are away from the home, if some person is already entered in your room, we will detect using some kind of sensors to have a pedestrian detection, and we can send some messages to police or to your mobile phone, like someone is in your room. So please be careful. So like that, we give you a suggestion. And second topic that will be a very interesting, that was connected cars. So connected car is nothing but, so if one car is here and another car is here, if this car gonna cross this lane, before itself it will give some kind of alert or some kind of notification to the nearby cars that I'm going to cross the lane, so please be careful. So after get triggered here, then only car will move, or then only car will cross the lane, so that congestion or that accident will be avoided. by using connected car. So for every action where the car gonna do, it will give alert to the other cars which is nearby. And then traffic management, it is also a very interesting, to avoid our traffic, it will give you the suggestion. So for this kind of smart city based application, that Industry 4.0 is very popular, to have every city is interconnected. So every traffic alert or traffic congestion will be given as alert, giving us alert to every mobile phones. I hope you all heard the news in America. One person, what he did was he just took a trolley. Okay, and before that I'll discuss about Google Maps. Okay, so what the Google Map will do is it will monitor every global positioning system, that is nothing but a GPS. So in every mobile phone there is a GPS, right? So they will monitor every mobile's GPS. So based on the GPS location, it will identify the traffic in certain area. For example, if you take a Chennai, so there is some kind of showing one area, take a one signal. Okay, on that signal, how the Google Map will identify the traffic is, so lot of vehicles hold on the traffic. Okay, so it will identify the GPS of every mobile phone, every user mobile phone, and it will say that in that signal there are more traffic, you just take a better way. So like that it will give you the suggestion. So it is based on a GPS. So what the person did was, he just took one trolley and he just placed hundreds of mobile phone in one just trolley. Okay, by having every global positioning system turned on. Okay, GPS turned on, and he just dropped that 100 mobile phones in the trolley, and what he did was he just simply dragged the trolley towards one road. Okay, what the Google Map thought was, so there are a lot of mobile phones in that route, so there are more traffic. So it gave suggestion to every users, like there are traffic in that way, so just take a better way. So like that it gave a suggestion. But what the real scenario, only one person, he is walking on the road. It is very funny, right? So he just simply walking on the road. So after identified that, so he's some person down was, he just simply dragged that trolley. That makes Google to detect there is a more traffic. He just want to collapse the Google Map to detect the traffic. It is a funny thing, right? So that is one kind of traffic management application, as well as a parking system. So parking system, while entering into the shopping mall itself, we can place, we can alert some kind of slot, parking slot. This is for me, like I'll pay the fees. So online itself, we can do the payment, as well as we can alert some kind of slot to park in it. Okay, so those kind of parking system or parking based application, which will be happened, or which will be developed in the parking system. So if you see before 5 to 10 years, okay, so in the engineering department, so lot of students have been developed ultrasonic based vehicle detection. So they will place the ultrasonic sensor. So every slot's vehicle will be detected by using ultrasonic sensor. So that will be helpful for deploying the slot alert system. So if the car is placed in that certain slot, it will turn into a red. If it is free, it will turn into a green. So this kind of project we have been developed by lot of engineers before 5 years or before 10 years also. But what's the current scenario? Some of the in the international or MNC company have been developed the same project in a deployed manner, and they deployed in every parking, every shopping malls which you are seeing now. But this have been developed already by very little engineers, right? So that is our fate or thing. So we have to overcome it. Whenever one project is developed by the engineer, it should be turned into a real-time deployment based application. Okay, so that's why then only we can able to overcome, or we can able to develop ourselves without making international company to enter in our country. Okay, and then smart home. So there are a lot of smart home applications are there. So for example, there are some Amazon Alexa's bulbs and ODN fan. So it already have IoT which is inbuilt in it. So by voice command or by using mobile phone, we can able to control the home appliances by using our mobile phone. So that on that we'll gonna see one application, okay, in our live demo. Okay, and then greenhouse. So this is one kind of application where they are implementing lot of green, they are having plantation on their terrace. So there are a lot of plant leaves to have natural agriculture. So those who are doing that, they need to monitor every plants manually. So they have to monitor if it is loss of moisture, they have to pass the water in agriculture field also. So to overcome that, we will put up some lot of sensors in the field. So it will give you lot of sensor based values, and it will give you the suggestion, please pass water in it, so that it will be good. So it will give you the suggestion in your mobile phone when you are away from the home or when you are away from the agriculture field. So if the alert is came, you just press one button to pass the water to every plant. So it will be very good application for agriculture field, for smart application of Internet of Things. Okay, so and then so NodeMCU. So I know we already have this NodeMCU, guys. So here I'm having this NodeMCU, guys. So there are a lot of questions beyond it, right? So why we are using NodeMCU instead of Arduino? Okay, so this is NodeMCU which I have, which is already in the figure. So why we are using NodeMCU instead of Arduino? So if you see Arduino, you know, it is also a cheap, but it doesn't has inbuilt Wi-Fi, or it doesn't has inbuilt Bluetooth. Okay, so that's why we are moving towards NodeMCU. Why? Because it already, this firmware includes this ESP8266 Wi-Fi socket. Since by using this ESP8266 is nothing but a Wi-Fi module. Okay, so this board contains this ESP8266 module. Since it is very cheapest, it will cost you around only 400 or 300 rupees. You can get it in online online services as well as with us. So this device, it is very low cost IoT device ever. It will cost around only 200 to 300 or 400. So this device will be applicable for every IoT based application. Okay, so this is for basic kind of IoT application. So this is the one thing, a reason why we are using a NodeMCU. Since Arduino doesn't have ESP8266 Wi-Fi module, it has Wi-Fi module. So we can use for IoT application. If you need to use only Arduino, means you can buy externally that ESP8266 module, and you can interface with the Arduino to do IoT based application. Here, if you are using that kind of interface of ESP8266 module externally, we need to do lot of AT command program to have a configuration on ESP8266. But if you are using this kind of board, there are a lot of library which is already present there. So you can easily program it, and you can also usually develop that kind of application. Okay, that will be very easy to use NodeMCU when compared to the Arduino. Okay, so that is the reason why we are using a NodeMCU. And this one is a single board microcontroller, and operating system of XStars, and CPU is ESP8266, and 128 kilobytes of memory and 4 megabytes of storage, and USB power. Okay, so this is kind of USB B type, we can power it. So this is one kind of NodeMCU which is ESP8266. And if you need also a Bluetooth, you can go for ESP32. It has inbuilt Wi-Fi module as well as Bluetooth. So you can go for ESP32 also. And the main thing, so this programming, no? So how you can program this? So for this, you can use Arduino IDE itself. So Arduino IDE, you have already seen it, I think so. So for Arduino programming, you will use this Arduino IDE. So why we are calling this one as IDE is, that is integrated development environment. Why we are calling it as a IDE, integrated development environment, is if you are using any other microcontroller such as 8051 or ARM or PIC, so there we requires two applications. One is compiler, which is called as the Keil compiler. So that compiler is required to convert your user language to a machine language. That is, you will write the code in embedded C, and it will convert those embedded C file into the .hex file. So that Keil software will be used to convert your C program to .hex file. And then we will use another application such as FlashMagic for NXP Flips IC, or SST for SST based IC of microcontroller. So that FlashMagic application will be helpful for uploading that exported .hex file to the IC. So if you take Arduino Atmega is there, so that Atmega we need to burn that program into the Atmega IC. So for that we'll use external software. So if you take IDE, integrated development environment, it has inbuilt a compiler as well as uploader. Okay, so if you see here, so it has this tick mark, no, that is for compile, to check whether any error has happened or not. So this upload button will be helpful for uploading this code to your microcontroller. Okay, so that is IDE, integrated development environment. So this NodeMCU, if you know Arduino programming, you can easily program this NodeMCU also. Okay, so and then these are the NodeMCU pinout. So only thing you should remember was it has digital pins of 8 digital pins, like D0, D1, D2, D3. Likewise, they have up to D8 digital pins, and only one analog pin, which is A0, and as well as it has other protocol pins such as UART for TX and RX, and SPI for 4 control pins such as SPI protocol such as that MISO, MOSI, chip select. So those 4 pins, as well as I2C pins. So every protocol pins also present here, so you can interface any protocol device based modules or devices. Okay, so this is the device. So this is the pinout of this NodeMCU, guys. So here we have in the right side, so we'll have digital pins. On the left side, in the top, there we'll have A0, which is a analog pin. So we can connect analog kind of sensors. Okay, so we are in the demo session, so we'll have a demo session, guys. So before going on to the demo session, so I'll tell about IDE. So I already told about the integrated development environment, which is Arduino. Okay, so this Arduino IDE, no, so if you see here, I have chose this NodeMCU 1.0 port, but before it doesn't has ESP8266 module port or board details. Okay, for that we need to some kind of procedure. Why? Because this Arduino IDE is used to program or develop kind of application for only Arduino boards. So Arduino boards such as Arduino Nano or Arduino Uno or Arduino Mega. So those kind of Arduino boards only available. Okay, so this IDE is only available for those Arduino Uno or Arduino boards. But now here we are having the board is NodeMCU. So we need to program this NodeMCU with the help of Arduino IDE. So for that we need to do some kind of procedure to use or to do some kind of IoT based application in the NodeMCU in the Arduino IDE. Okay, so for that what we are going to do is I'm going to show how to do that. So what you're going to do is just to search starting up with NodeMCU and Arduino IDE, Pantech. You just put Pantech in it, so it will redirect to our blog. Okay, so this is the blog in it. Starting up with NodeMCU. So starting up with NodeMCU and Arduino IDE. So this is the blog which I have already written. Like it will give you the clear explanation how to start or how to do that. Okay, so if you need detailed description, you can study it. To show you now, I can show that now for the demo purpose. So here there will be one URL. Okay, so you have to copy this URL, guys. So you have to copy that URL and you have to go into the Arduino IDE, and then you have to go into the file, and then after file you have to go into the preference. Okay, and then here you have to place that URL. Okay, here you have to paste that URL and click OK. You have to paste the URL and click OK, and then you have to go into the board manager. And after that, in the last, it will show the ESP8266 by ESP community. So like so after pasting that URL, you have to go into the tools, board manager, so on the board manager you have to scroll to the last. So here it will contain ESP8266. I think they have modified it. So ESP8266 module there, so I have already installed it. So what the change will be seeing here is, so if you go into the tools, they are modified as board. So on the board you can choose ESP12E module. Okay, so for that I can show it again. So first I'll go into the preference and I'll paste this additional URL here. So I'll show that again. So first you have to copy this URL and then you have to paste in the additional URL block and then click OK, and then go into the tools and board and then board manager. So on that board manager it will start some downloading platforming index. So here it shows now ESP8266 module. So this is happened because we have installed that, we have loaded that URL. So if you show here, since I have already installed it, now it's showing installed. Okay, so now if you go to tools, so now if you go to tools and then you can choose ESP modules. On that ESP module you have to choose this NodeMCU 1.0 ESP12E module. Okay, so this is the board which we are having now. So on that we have to choose that ESP826612E module. Okay, so ESP12E, so NodeMCU 1.0 ESP12E module. So after if you choosing it, this black color library will change into orange color, which represent that module or that library is imported successfully. Okay, so this is guys. So on this demo session, up to now what we did, we just discussed about IoT and Internet of Things and its application as well as future of the Internet, and then we'll discuss about this NodeMCU board. And I already told you how why we are going into the NodeMCU instead of Arduino. And then we have opened, we have installed Arduino IDE. So on that Arduino IDE, it doesn't has NodeMCU kind of board libraries and board information. So that's why by using that blog, we will note down one URL and we have pasted in file and then preference. Inside the preference we have pasted it and clicked OK. And again we will go to the boards and the board manager, and then we have seen that ESP8266 in the final stage of that board manager block, and we have to click install. So that board will be installed. So now you can choose that board which is NodeMCU 1.0 12E module. Okay, so now here we'll discuss about how to create a web server. Okay, so web server, here you can able to create a web server as a local host. So by designing it, now I'm not going to show lot of graphical or HTML program. I'm going to show a simple HTML program to control home appliances. Here I can show you with the LED. So to control a home appliances by creating a web server. Okay, now I'm here to show how to create it. After this session over, I will share you every code. Okay, so this is the normal LED connection. Here what we did, I have connected only one LED, which is D1, that is digital pin 1. I have connected to the resistor 1 LED, and the ground I have connected to the ground pin of the NodeMCU. Okay, so this is the basic connection which I did. Okay, so now first of all I'll explain you the code, or else you won't understand it. Okay, so first what we did was I have included ESP8266 Wi-Fi.header file, which will be helpful for interfacing that ESP8266 module, Wi-Fi module for IoT kind of connections. Okay, so and then we have initialized some of the variables, which is constant character, SSID and password. So this is a basic thing, right? So if you are going to use any IoT based of application, we need to connect with the internet, right? If I need to access YouTube in my mobile phone, what I'll do like I'll turn on the Wi-Fi or I'll turn on the data. If you take Wi-Fi, I'll choose the right username and the password. I'll enter the password to connect my mobile with the internet by using a Wi-Fi. So same as like this is the IoT device. I have to enter username and the password of my Wi-Fi, local Wi-Fi. Okay, so I have connected like constant character, SSID and password. And then what I did was I'm going to connect 3 LED pins. Okay, here I am already have these 3 LEDs. So that's why I have used LED pin number 1. So this is the like kind of initialization part. So we have initialized 3 digits. I'm going to control 3 LED by using a web server. So I'm going to put this 3 LED. Okay, so I'm going to connect it here. So instead of using 1 LED, I'm going to show as a 3 LED. Okay, so D1, D2, D3. So the D1, D2, D3 resembles that digital pin D1, D2 and then D3. If you see the pin diagram, you can able to understand it. So and then we'll have Wi-Fi server of 80. So we are going to enable a Wi-Fi server of having a port number 80. What is mean by 80? So we'll have an interaction session, guys. So if you know the answer, you can give it in a live chat. So on the question and answer session, I'll ask I need an answer. Okay, so what is mean by 80 here? So if someone knows the answer, you can give it in a live chat while in the final stage of question and answer session. Okay, you just want to say what it may the possibility of 80. Finally, I'll say the answer before I want to interact with you guys, so that if you say what is mean by 80, why here 80 resembles that. Okay, so and then we'll move on to the WiFi setup function. So serial.begin of 9600. So 9600 is nothing but baud rate, which is number of bits transmitter per second. So now here we have to open a serial monitor. So here we need to see what it is happening in this board now. So we need to display in the serial monitor. So for that we are going to see serial monitor in the speed of number of bits transmitter per second was 9600. Okay, so and then what we are going to do is, we already know what is LED pin 1, LED pin 2, LED pin 3, which is nothing but 3 LED which is going to connect with the D1, D2, D3 pin. So we have to assign what kind of pin is. Either is it the output pin or either it is the input pin. Okay, so what is mean by output and input? If you are giving some kind of input, if it reacts, it is kind of output device. So for example, if I pass the voltage, to this LED, it will glow. Okay, if I'm not passing any voltage to this LED, it won't glow, so it will turn off. So it is reacting based on your input. So the output that it is showing to you, right? So that kind of device which is known as a output device. So LEDs are output device. So we are initializing 3 pins as a output device. And then initially I'm going to make why? Because that pin may be turned on initially. So to make it everything as a low, I'm going to do a digital write of LED pin low and LED pin 2 as a low, LED pin 3 as a low. So I'm going to make every pin as a low. And then what I'm going to do is first thing we are going to do is, we are going to do a Wi-Fi connection from this board. Okay, so first serial print of connection ID. So here I'm going to begin this Wi-Fi begin. So Wi-Fi begin resembles that we are going to connection, or we have to do a Wi-Fi enabling by having a SSID and password. I've already entered my SSID and password, that is ZTADD78, as well as my password I have entered it. And then I have initialized one while loop. So until the flag status it's not showing a connected, it will run a line by line. So for example, if you click the Wi-Fi and click a connect button, after entering the password, if you click the connect button, it will take some time to connect it, right? It will until it is connected, we are going to see the display as a dot. Still it is connecting. To show as a connecting, I'm gonna print a dot. Okay, so if it is connected, it will break this while loop and it will show Wi-Fi is connected, and it will show, and we are going to begin a server. So serial.begin server is started. Okay, so and then serial print, so it will give you the IP address, that is Wi-Fi local IP address. So from that IP address only we're going to create a web server to control some kind of home appliances. Okay, and then I have initialized a while loop. So inside the while loop, so it will first identify whether the server is available or not. We have initialized as a server already as a 80. So you have to answer me what is 80 in the question and answer session. Okay, so Wi-Fi client is equal to server.available. It will check whether client is server is available or not. Okay, so again if it is not connected, again it will return to connect with the server. Okay, and then again it will check for a client.available. So it will give some time to connect a client. Okay, client and server will be connected. So client dot read string until slash r. So this is nothing but kind of a URL. So you know what is meant by URL, right? So if you see here, so here we'll have URL as Pantech solution slash blog slash starting up with NodeMCU. So this final is my heading or my title, which represent that is the URL of a certain page. Okay. So here we also need to read until the end statement of every URL string, so that it will identify the last state, either is it on, either is it off. Okay. So this part I'll discuss afterwards, after moving on to here. Okay. So here what we did was, if the client and server is in a successful connection, it will give you the http slash 1.1 200. Okay. So here there is a clue for that question, guys. That question which I have asked was 20. What is meant by 80? So here there is this line give you the clue for that. Okay. So it will give you the client.println. Here will client is HTTP. So here will give you the HTTP of 1.1 200. That is okay for successful, for to know the successful connection. And we have to design. We are going to design one HTML tags to have a graphical representation of push buttons in the graphical representation. So for that we'll put the content type, which is a text and HTML. And then for that we have to pass the empty string in between. So we have passed this one, and then document type is HTML, and we have to write the HTML code by having each line as a client.print. So I have passed, if you know the basics of it, will be begin as a HTML and then body, and then inside the body, and then we have to close it, right? So I have assigned a body, I have a centralized background color as a powder blue. Okay, and I have made a title which is home appliances control, and then break resembles that one line gap. Okay, and then client.print href LED1 on button LED on. So here inside the button tag I have put a name called light on. So inside the button tag I have put a light off. So fan on, fan off, TV on, TV off. So for 3 appliances I am going to put 6 buttons for on as well as off condition. Okay, so if I press the light on the URL, it will append this LED1 on text. Okay, if I press that LED off button, so it will append the LED1 off in the URL. So for example, if you take this URL, if I press certain button here, okay, if I press certain button here, if I press certain LED on button here, in this URL it will append LED on text here. Okay, so for every buttons will have unique text which will be appended in the URL. So after the URL, what we are going to do is we are just close the body as well as HTML. So if you go above now, so every time it will read the URL at the final stage. If it present LED1 on, then it will make LED1 as a high. That is LED1 will glow. So if you read the text LED1 is off, it will glow. It will turn off the LED1. If it reads LED2 on, it will turn on LED2. If LED2 is similarly for LED2 and 3. Okay, so now I'll show the demo. Okay, this is the code now. So this is the USB cable which I have already connected. And guys, before to make sure whether this device is connected with my laptop, I have to go into the device manager to identify the COM port. Okay. So this is the COM port here. So if you see here port number, so there are large number of port number here. Since I have not plugged in still, so now I am going to plug in here. So if you see here now, so it represents as Silicon Labs CP210X USB to UART bridge COM number 20. How it's showing? Already I have installed some kind of library, guys. We need to install the drivers for this NodeMCU. For that you can type CP210X driver installation for NodeMCU. CP210X. Okay. So for that you can go for SILABS. Okay, Scilabs CP210X driver. So in this website you can able to see the link to download or to download the driver for this NodeMCU. Okay, so you can go here. This is forum, I think so. Yeah, here it is, CP210X USB to UART bridge DCP drivers. So here you can go here. So if you see here, there are a list of drivers which is available. So here for download for Windows 10, here you can click this download DCP. This is only 2.3 MB and you have to install that library for either it is a 64-bit PC or 32-bit PC. You have to install the right driver for it. Okay, after installing the driver, it will show the Silicon Labs CP210X USB to UART bridge. Okay, so it is shown. So what the COM port number which is represented, COM number 20. Okay, before compiling the code, here you can click the compile. Okay, here this compile, if you click this compile, it will tell you whether there is a error or not. Okay, so we'll wait for it. So here if you see the right bottom, it is loading here, it represents this, it is compiling now. So after compiling, it will show done compiling. If there is any error, it will show error is there. So we'll wait for to let me complete the compiling. It is still compiling, it is taking some time. So it starts compiling now. If you see the bottom, so what we are going to do is we are going to control this LED by using a web server. Okay, so if you need to control real-time home appliances, simply only this 4 wire, instead of connecting LED, you just buy some 4-channel relay. So if you need to know, just ping it in a live chat so that we will share you that link to purchase that relay. So from the relay you just connect with the real home appliances, so you can also connect or control that home appliances at a real time. So I hope you all ready to answer that questions. What is meant by Wi-Fi server of 80? It is taking more time, right? So here for one LED I have done the connection. So instead I'm going to I'm going to connect 3 LEDs. So I'm going to use that pin D1, D3, D2 as well as a D3. Okay, so that is the connection here which we have made. So if you see this connection, I have connected 3 resistors in the series with the LED. From that LED I have took the data pins from the resistor side and I took the 3 jumpers, and for the ground I just took commonly I just done a ground for every LED and I took a ground wire from the LED. Okay, so this is the connection. I'm going to give the connection here. Already someone's are already answering for the questions. I'm waiting for you in the question and answer session, guys. On the time you can answer it. So if you see now done compiling, which shows you there is no error in the code. Okay, so we have already done the compiling, so it is error free. So now what the remaining part, we have to upload this code into this board. Okay, for that we have to make sure there are two things. One thing is did we choose the right board, which is NodeMCU 1.012e module. Okay, and then second we have to choose the port number which is a COM port number for COM20. Okay, which I have already seen. This is in the device manager port. So I have choose the COM number and I am going to click this upload button. So this code will be uploaded into this board. Okay, so still more, there are two application guys, so please be wait here to see that demo. So this done uploading will show you this the percentage wise, like 1, 2, 3%. So after 100% is completed, it will show the done uploading. So after that we can see the demo. So it starts uploading now. So this dot resembles that it starts uploading here. So 30% uploaded. And then 60 uploaded. So now it shows a done uploading symbol. Okay, so now it shows this code is uploaded to this NodeMCU device successfully. So and then what I'm going to do is I'm going port number, sorry, IP address, right? So it shows the IP address here. Okay, so here there is an IP address. I have to copy it. Okay, I need to copy this IP address. This is the IP address of the local host where this NodeMCU is connected to the network. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close every tabs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste this IP address here and press enter. Okay, we are having this web server page, which is the heading with home appliance control. This can be designed very attractive, but for demo purpose, if you are seeing this lot of graphical representation, the code may get little bit confused. So I just want to know it will be very easy to use that simple basic code. That's why I have programmed very simply to have 6 buttons as well as a home appliance control. Okay, so now I have to make the connection. Okay, first I'm going to connect this ground and then 3 LEDs. So for the 3 LED I'm going to connect in D1, D2, D3. Okay, so here I have connected 3 connections, 3 LED as well as ground here. Okay, now I'm going to press the light on button. Okay, is the LED is blinking? Yeah, the LED is glow, right? So LED on and then fan on. Since it's loading, so if you see here, when I press the light on button, so in the URL it is appended like LED1 on. Okay, so that is the URL, or that is the last part of the URL which are read in the program. So in the program, if you see here, if the text which contains /LED on, we have to turn digital write off LED pin comma high. Okay, so it resembles that it will turn on the LED. Okay, so still, since this internet is a little bit slow while I'm doing the stream here, so it is getting slow now. So I'm going to press the reset again. when it is connected. So you have to make sure. Okay. So here there are the two buttons, reset and then flash. Okay, you have to press the reset button. So here, since it is internet is low, it is not getting connected. So on the first day I have seen this LED now, guys. So that's the thing which we have to make. So only this IP address it will show, since it is a little bit network connection issues, it is not connecting now. So that's why that's how we are going to control this LEDs or by using that this program. Okay, if you need to use with relay connection, like any kind of external relays. So if you need to control a real fan or real light, we need to put you can purchase any channels or relays. So you can connect this input pin to the relays input. On the output side, you can connect the 230 volt as well as a fan connection on the NC and NO, so that it will be connected to access the real-time home appliances for a same kind of same network or same program. You can use it for connecting the connections. Okay, so this one is, I think this demo god is not with me now. Okay, so we'll proceed further, guys. So this is the first time you have seen that LED is glowing, right? So that's the thing. So if the URL and the connection is good, so it will be good at performing that controlling appliances. Okay, and second we'll see the monitoring sensors values, and those who are attended previous session, which is IoT based Arduino based monitoring system, like IoT based on or IoT using Arduino. So they may see the program looks very complex to upload some kind of sensor value to the cloud. Okay, so for example, for instead of using that, we can go for this NodeMCU to have a better or to have a easy programming. Okay, so now I can show you the code. Since that's opening. Okay, so this is the ThinkSpeak code, guys, where we're going to upload some kind of data to the cloud. So the most free as well as most familiar cloud, which was ThinkSpeak. So I can show that on the website. So you can log in by using a ThinkSpeak.com. So this ThinkSpeak is developed by the MathWorks. So you know about the MathWorks, right? That is MATLAB. So by using that, by using this ThinkSpeak, it is very free to use. You can log in freely. Okay, you just click this user icon to log in. So it's asking for the sign in. So I have already created the account. I have already signed in. Okay, if you want to know the sign in procedure, you can see the previous session after completing this demo. Okay, pantech.ai04@gmail.com. Okay, so here there are some kind of channels, which is environmental monitoring system or environmental monitoring system using Raspberry Pi. So now what I'm going to do is here with me I'm having this LM35 Wi-Fi module. Okay, LM35, which is nothing but a temperature sensor. So it is kind of analog based sensor. So if I connect to this analog pin of this NodeMCU, I can get the analog value of this LM35 temperature sensor. Okay, so it has three pin names. One is VCC, and then ground, and then data. So this is it. So now what I'm going to show, I'm going to show only to upload that temperature value to the cloud. Okay, so I'll show the basic procedure. So you have to click the new channel. Here you have to place the title, which is temperature monitoring system, and then description, temperature monitoring. Okay, and then field label, only one sensor I'm going to use here. So that's why I just enabled only one field. So if you are going to enable or put lot of sensors such as gas or alcohol sensor or soil moisture sensor or water level sensor, so you just want to enable likewise. Okay, so to have a more number of sensor monitoring area. Okay. So and then you have to click the save channel. So it will get into your login one page of channel. So channel name is temperature monitoring. On we have created only one field, which is like a graph, like one block is there, so named as temperature. So only remaining thing, main thing we have to see is API key block. Say here if you just want to go into the API keys. So on the API key there are two names. One is write API key and another one is read API key. On the write API key, which is useful for uploading some kind of value to the cloud. If you take read API key, if you need to read some of the value from the cloud. So here what we are going to do, we are going to post, or we are going to do we are going to upload some kind of sensor value to the cloud. So what we are going to do is we are going to do a write API key. I just copied the write API key and I going to the code, I have pasted in the TS API key. Okay, ThinkSpeak API key, I am going to paste it here. Okay, and then I'm going to explain you the code, guys. So first, as usual, just first line is just for ThinkSpeak version finding, and then we have included ESP8266 Wi-Fi header to connect with the internet, and Wi-Fi client. I have enabled the client, and then I have my Wi-Fi name and then password, and then I have enabled the server, which is api.thinkspeak.com. Why? Because I am going to upload some kind of value to the ThinkSpeak website. So we have enabled the ThinkSpeak server as api.thinkspeak.com, and then API key. What is mean by API key? So here we have seen two API key. One is write API key and the read API key. Write API key is responsible for when we require to upload some kind of value to the cloud. So write API key is here, and then constant integer temperature pin. I have initialized the A0 pin, since I have already told you this LM35 is the temperature sensor, which will be helpful, which will be interfaced with the analog pin. So it is the analog value of type of sensor, and we have initialized one function named connect Wi-Fi. So this I already discussed, to connect with my Wi-Fi name and then password. So this is the function of uploading the data. So first it will go into the setup. So inside the setup we have begin the serial.begin 9600, and we have called the Wi-Fi function to connect this NodeMCU to the Wi-Fi, and then inside the while loop for every 16 seconds. So 16,000 represent, so it is like a millisecond. So 16,000 represent 16 seconds. For every 16 seconds it will call the send data TS function. So if you see here, there is a send data TS function. So inside that, what I'm going to do is, we are going to read the temperature value from the analog pin, which is the command is analog read of temperature pin, which will give you the analog voltage value directly, and then we have to convert into the Celsius, so that we have dropped the formula. Since it is 10-bit ADC, so we have put up the formula to convert that into a Celsius, and then it will check for that server is connected or not. Since here it's also you would have used 80, so you have to answer me what is mean by 80. Okay, so string post str of API key. On the post string API key, it will be appended with field 1 and then string values. So what the string value here, I am going to upload Celsius. So nothing but I am going to upload the sensor value in the field number 1 in the API key, or in the API name is thingspeak.com. okay, so that's the thing here which is represented, and then after that we have to make it in the this HTTP be a successful connection. We need to pass some kind of command to have a successful connection, and we have to close that connection successfully. So for every 16 seconds it will go in and it will connect with the client, or it will connect with the server, and it will upload that value in the field number 1, and it will close the connection, and it will again go in. So likewise it will be appended here. Okay, so this /r/n represent for end of the strings. Okay, so this is the part. So for every seconds it gonna be uploaded. So since I have already compiled, so I'm going to directly upload this code, guys. So I just upload it. It's still uploading. So this source code we will share you once this session is completed, guys. This three source code I will share you. So since it's taking some time to upload, since this live is getting delayed, so I can show you that how the value will be uploaded, guys. So for that you can go for the channel and then my channel. Okay, on that my channel I have opened other channel which have already uploaded the same temperature sensor which I have tested in yesterday night. Okay, so likewise it will be uploaded like a graphical representation, like 331, 313, 56, 56, 53, 51. So likewise it will be uploaded, guys. So to know more number of values, it will look like graphical representations. So like I'll show that again. Let it uploading. So if you see here, like this, the value will be uploaded, like temperature 330, 400, 100, 500, like that. So it is just a junk value. Okay. So if you see this one, so 34 represent June date with the time and the value of the temperature. Likewise, it will be uploaded. It will be very helpful for monitoring, visualizing. Okay. So this ThingsSpeak also available in the Android application. You can visualize it whenever you are away from the device. Okay. So there are also another option which is known as data export and data import. So by using this data export methods, So you can export this data in the format of Excel. Why? Because every field or this monitoring field, they will take the database manually. So they will put up the columns like Excel format. They will take the data manually. So instead of that, by using this ThingSpeak Cloud, we can export this data in the format of Excel. Okay, so this Excel will show you that every values in the rows and columns in the Excel format. Okay, so that's the one purpose of this ThingSpeak Cloud. And since it is developed by the MathWorks by using MATLAB, if you are very familiar with the MATLAB, you can use this ThingSpeak or MATLAB program for do this same ThingSpeak kind of cloud-based application to do analysis. Here it also contains a MATLAB analysis buttons. So if you press here, you can do the MATLAB analysis by writing the MATLAB script directly into the ThingSpeak Cloud. This is the exported Excel file which is obtained here. So field 1 and field 2, like 48, like the 4. So every temperature value is uploaded in field 1 and its time and the date. So it will be very helpful while doing the monitoring. So this MATLAB analysis will helps you to do a MATLAB programming in cloud itself. So if you create, it will give you the block to run to write the MATLAB script in here. Okay, so this is the MATLAB code block. So here you can write the MATLAB script to do this same IoT based application here. Okay, so this entire your MATLAB code below. Okay, this will be very helpful for MATLAB script by using IoT. Okay, so this is the one kind of application, guys. So and then have final application which is appliance control using a blink application. It's a very easy one. So I can show that icon. So I'll share that link also to download this blink application, guys. So this blink application, it will be very helpful. So for blink application, the code and everything will be very easy. So why? Because I can show the code. It is very easy. There are some kind of libraries which you can use for blink application. I can show you the code. If you see that code, you will be getting shocking. Why? Because it is very simple code for control or for some appliance control. Why? Because this blink LED control is a standalone code. So that code will interact from this mobile application to a hardware which is present in NodeMCU. Okay. So I open the code. Blink application, why when you open a blink application at first time, it will ask you for choosing a board which is NodeMCU. It will ask you the mail ID, which the mail ID, it will send you one authentication key so that you will do that IoT application in the NodeMCU. You have to configure that authentication key here. Okay, so that's the thing you have to do. So authentication key, I'll the code open and show the how it will look like. Okay, on the Gmail it will give you that authentication key. After that, it will ask you the what is the name of the board which you choose, that is NodeMCU, and we have to choose the buttons. So here, if you see here, so it have this kind of 4 buttons I have created, which is off condition there, right? LED1, LED2, LED3. So these 3 buttons, if you want, I can show you the screenshot. Okay, so these 3 buttons. So for each button, I have to configure the virtual pins. So virtual pin represents D1, D2, D3. Okay, So this is the code. I've already opened it here. So same as like this is the authentication key which I got in my mail when you create account in the Blink application in your Android or iOS. And then character SSID password, which I already know, that is nothing but my Wi-Fi and then password. And then void setup serial.begin, blink.begin of authentication SSID and password. This and the password and the authentication key. It will begin the Blink application, and in the while just enable the Blink event. So if this code is it difficult? No, right? It was up to only 10 lines, right? So within a 10 lines you can able to control the home appliances from anywhere if you are using a Blink application. It is a easy application which you can use. Okay, so I'll switch over from another mail. So by creating a new account, that Blink will give you the authentication key that I put here. Upload the code. So if it's uploaded, I can show that demo. So I can connect this edit also. Okay, if you see this, I already got an mail which is Blink application. So authentication token for LED control project and device LED control. So I've got the authentication key. That is the authentication key which I have to put it in here. So character here I have to post it here. This will be available by installing library package of Blink example. So if you want to see the Blink example, you have to go to files and then examples, and then you have to scroll to get Blink. So there is a Blink. On that Blink, you have to choose Blink board's Wi-Fi. On that board's Wi-Fi, you have to choose ESP8266 standalone. Okay, so this is the application, or this is the code which is required to do application and this Blink integration with the NodeMCU. Okay, so still it's uploading. Since this code is uploading, guys, it's taking some time. Since the screen is getting more internet, so it is not getting connected with this NodeMCU properly. So it is already in, guys. This since in a question and answer session, you can ask any questions do you want, and this is the timing to answer the question which I have asked before, which is what is the AT result set, right? You can ask, you can answer me now. You can ask me the questions, guys. You can ask me the questions now. So, and also you can tell me the answer the question which I have asked before, which is what is meant by that 80 in the server. Yeah, Bhagesh Patel, what is the range of power supply to this NodeMCU? Yeah, this is also a good question. So this NodeMCU, which is powered through USB, so this USB is nothing but only 5 volt. Okay, if you take Arduino Uno, it is also compatible with the 9 volt you can give in the Arduino Uno or Arduino Mega, but this NodeMCU only compatible with only 5 volt, which is given from my laptop. Okay, so it's just a 5 volt. Okay. Yeah, so Wi-Fi hackable. So how do we increase the security of the system? On that only we have to deploy a lot of kind of encryption and decryption like security purpose. So for example, if you take MQTT protocol, there are some options for username and the password authentication. So from the transmitter and the receiver side, we will do the encryption and decryption so that password authentication which makes to connect with the network without any security issues, so that you can go for encryption and decryption on the applications. Yeah, they are start answering for the questions. Port 80 is the standard communication with the Wi-Fi server. Yeah, I just need what is the protocol of 80. What is the 80 exactly? Remember. Yeah, port 80. Port is also a right thing. What is the port number? What the port number of 80 is? I need an answer for that. I'm waiting for your question, guys. You can ask me any questions, and also you can answer me for that question. What the 80 resembles that? That is the port number. Yeah, that is exactly a port number. And what's the port number is for? What is the protocol? Can we use this to make a line follower robot? Line follower robot is completely on hardware. You can use a NodeMCU also for digital pins, but line follower robot, it doesn't require any IoT, right? Any IoT kind of application doesn't require. Only if you if you programmed that one, there will be a robot. So two IR sensor will be there. So if one IR sensor cross that line, so it should turn left. So if right IR sensor cross that line, it should turn right. Otherwise, if it doesn't cross any black line, so it should move forward. So it is simply on hardware based. You can finish it up without any IoT. Can we use NodeMCU for Raspberry Pi? I don't know why we are using it. Why? Because Raspberry Pi, it already has inbuilt Wi-Fi, so it is not necessary to use NodeMCU with the Raspberry Pi. Can we control the IR sensor with the Arduino? So IR sensor is nothing but a input kind of sensor. It will be reacted. So IR sensor, if it is there, so if you cross this, if you cross the IR sensor with your hand, it will give you some kind of value. So if you hold this like this, so it will give 1. So if you take off your hand, it will give you 0. So likewise, it will have that response. So you can use IR sensor for it. Yeah, that is also a good answer. That is port 80 is the internet communication protocol. I just need to know what is the exit protocol is. Is it a MQTT or is it a UDP or is it a HTTP port number? What the port number is? What the port number for? Is it a HTTP port number or is it a MQTT port number or is it a UDP port number? What it is the port number of 80 is? Yeah, everyone is answering. Yeah, right. For transferring the message, we require the port number. Yeah, it is also right. Port number for communication. Okay, I'll release the answer. That is nothing but a port number of HTTP protocol. Okay, so we are using a ThingSpeak cloud or a web server. So these kind of service or this kind of cloud which uses only HTTP protocol, hypertext transfer protocol. So on that protocol, we require to specify the IP address as well as its port number. So for every protocol, there will be a specific port number. So for this HTTP protocol, 8080 is a port number. Okay, so that is a port number of HTTP protocol. Okay. So, okay, sir, can we use this NodeMCU for power notify system? Yeah, that is Srinidhi. That is a very good question. And also we also did that project by using this NodeMCU. So that NodeMCU will connect that current sensor and the voltage sensor with the NodeMCU. So the NodeMCU will monitor the current and the voltage to identify the power. So by using the formula P is equal to VI, so we'll calculate the power and then energy and then energy and then kilowatt per hour and kilowatt hour. So every values it will be calculated by using the formula and it will be uploaded to the cloud. So there it will monitor the power in this March 21. This is the power which they have consumed, and March 21 or March 23 likewise. That by using this ThingSpeak cloud we can able to monitor the power values. This NodeMCU also can be programmed by using a MicroPython programming. So there are some options by uploading the MicroPython firmware to this NodeMCU. You can do MicroPython programming in this NodeMCU also. Yeah, I've already answered guys that we can use this NodeMCU for power notify system. I'm waiting for your questions, guys. You can ask me any questions. And sorry for that not showing the final demo, since it is taking more internet. It is getting buffered while giving a demo, so that's why I've stopped it. So that code is the same. So if you are facing any problem while you are practicing yourself, you can mail me. I can guide you to give you the right output. What is the difference between the Raspberry Pi and the NodeMCU, Monish? So if you are taking a NodeMCU, it will be programmed by using that Arduino IDE, Arduino programming. So if you are going for Raspberry Pi, you can go with the Python programming. So that is the programming is the first difference. And second, programming, no. So if you take NodeMCU, it will have only less number of digital as well as analog pin. But if you take Raspberry Pi, it will have 40 GPIO pins. So that is a general purpose pin. You can connect more number of sensor and more reliability. You can go for Raspberry Pi. Can we use Arduino in robotics as a PLC system? Yeah, we can go for Arduino with robotics. It is possible. Transmission control protocol. Yeah, that's right. That is TCP. Still, I'm waiting for your questions, guys. If you have any question, I can answer you. Is there any limitations in NodeMCU? Limitations such as there are limitation of pins. We are having only less number of pins. It can't be controlled, or it's not enough to control or interface more number of sensors. So for that we need to go for SPI protocol for interfacing more number of analog sensors. We can go for MCP3008, which is analog to digital converter. So that is based on SPI protocol. You can connect only 4 control pins, but in the MCP3008 you can control 8 channels, that is 8 sensor you can connect it. Likewise you can go. Priyanka, not able to answer clearly. Can you answer? Can you question me what the real question is? So you can always connect the GPIO extender or another microcontroller if needed compared to Raspberry Pi. NodeMCU is not a powerful as the Raspberry Pi. Yeah, exactly, sir. Narayanan, sir. Yeah. If you're going for NodeMCU, if you need external digital pins, you can go for connecting other controller with it by using UART communication. You can connect TX and RX pin of the NodeMCU with the other microcontrollers such as Arduino Mega. So if you are having more number of sensor, but you only know Arduino programming. Okay, so if you take that kind of scenario, you only know Arduino programming, so you are familiar with Arduino programming, but you are having more number of like 15 to 10 sensor you are having, but this NodeMCU is not enough. So on that scenario, what you can do is you can put Arduino Mega and you can connect the TX RX pin with the Arduino Mega, and you can interface more and more number of sensors in the Arduino Uno, and you can write two programs in the Arduino Mega. You will write the program to extract every sensor values from the every sensor which are connected in the Arduino Mega. So a lot of sensors which is connected in the Arduino Mega. So after getting every sensor value, you convert into a single string. Okay, and then after converting it as a single string, you just pass, or you can connect, or you can pass that single string to the NodeMCU by using a UART protocol. So from the NodeMCU, you just receive that UART complete string, like up to 10 values of 10 sensor, and you just split up every sensor by using a split syntax, and then you can upload that 10 to 15 values in the cloud. So by merging these two controllers, you can use that. It is also possible. Yeah, surely. So it's okay not connecting, since this video will be available, you can see later, and also we'll share you the PPT also, either it is in the comment box, and in the comment box we will share you the code also. Can we make a robot using NodeMCU? Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, a lot of guys are questioning. So if you're having any lot of questions, you can ping me at sanjay@pantech.com, or else if you're having any doubts, you can ask at pantechsolutions.net. You can visit pantechsolutions.net. You'll get more information from it. You'll have every engineering product as well as projects. You'll have different domains like electrical, electronics, e-vehicle, autonomous vehicle, Raspberry Pi, NodeMCU, FPGA, or ARM, PIC, as well as artificial intelligence, deep learning, image processing, MATLAB, and the brain computer interface, and augmented reality, and gesture boards, machine learning, and lot of engineering technologies you can explore by visiting the pantechsolutions.net. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I feel very happy while seeing your interaction in this live session, and sorry for not showing the demo and final thing.